Hello, welcome. If you are here for the first time, lots of luck. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. What we're trying to do here is inform, educate, share views with people over 60, give or take. You can be 58, you can be 59, you can be 45. It doesn't matter, but this is geared towards people that are a little bit older. And we try to share opinions and views on what's happening in our worlds, common problems. We've talked about depression, we've talked about loneliness, and we will probably talk about those again because they're very common problems. The one I want to talk about today is, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Now, you may be asking yourself that all the time, and maybe there's not an answer. But if there is an answer, what is the answer? Could you share it with us? What do you want to do? Is it that you want to take another trip? Do you want to go see some old relatives, some old friends? Do you want to go to the Grand Canyon or California or someplace you've never been? I could suggest, if it was my ex-wife, she'd go to the kitchen. She was never there. Um, but do something that you want to do with the rest of your life is a very excellent idea. I am in the early stages of planning a first real trip in my life. I am, as you can tell, from New York. I spent most of my life in Florida, though. We all make mistakes. Um, and I've never been any further west than New Jersey or Tampa. I've never been out of the United States other than one quick trip to Canada. Not as a dodger, I was way too young. I was like 5 or 6 and I barely remember it. But I am planning a trip of some sort. I may take a cruise someplace, or I may just get on a plane. For the first time since 1996, I may get on a plane, and I'm thinking Spain, Portugal, something like that. Anyway, but what do you want to do with the rest of your life? If you want to sit in front of a TV all day, every day, I can't relate to you. I don't know the value in it. If you are not mobile, I understand that you have to stay close to the house, but there must be somebody that can take you in a car someplace. Even if you just go walk around the shopping mall or something like that, it's air conditioned usually. Get some exercise in, you don't have to worry about the weather. That's just a basic idea. I spend a lot of time going to parks. I like to walk around the park. I do some stretching while I'm walking around. And I meet a lot of people. I don't know their names. They don't know my name. And it's okay. Hi, how are you? We stop, we talk a little bit of baseball. Baseball, I remember what it used to be. Um, but we talk about things that, common occurrences, for lack of a better. And the conversations don't last long, 3, 4, 5 minutes at the most, because we're there to walk and exercise and pretend we're in some kind of good shape. Also, if you live in a community that has 55 and older, they have HOAs. The HOAs usually have a lot of clubs that are available to you. It could be arts and crafts, it could be music, it could be sports, it could be almost anything. There are communities springing up around the country like the villages here in Florida. Now, I am not a big fan of the villages, but if you want something to do and you can't find something to do there, wow, there is something that must be special in your world that nobody else seems to share, because they got every known club to man or community activity known to man there. I've been led to believe, and I've seen a lot of them myself. Like I say, I'm not a big fan because some of the things get a little political and argumentative, and everybody wants to be a boss, but somehow it still works. Have you been on any trips that you would like to duplicate or revisit? Did you go to the Grand Canyon, and do you want to go and see if it's still there? I believe it is, by the way. Although, one never knows. Um, is there something that you've always wanted to do as a lifelong ambition that you hadn't had the time to do in the past? This would be a time to do it. If you can afford to do it and you can get there to wherever it is, there's no better time to do it than like right now. Get out there and do it. Um, have your priorities about what you're looking for in your life changed? Are the newer priorities something that you never thought of when you were 20? Is there something that you want to do now that you never wanted to do before, but you want to do it now? This might be a good time to do it. Are there any relatives or friends that you haven't seen that you want to see live and in person? FaceTime is great, a phone is terrific, but there's something about having an exchange with an old friend in person that always seems to be somewhat special, at least as far as I'm concerned. Sitting at home is not a great answer as far as medical science is even concerned. They want you to get up, they want you to be active. I'm not saying go to a doctor. I mean, Jesus, don't go to a doctor if you don't have to. Why torture yourself? But go someplace that you would have some fun. Go to a baseball game if you really want to. If there's a team playing in your town, even if it's a minor league team. As a matter of fact, some of the minor league teams are more entertaining and a much better value than the major league teams are, because you know what Major League Baseball has become. It's one big advertisement. I always expect the next announcer that I listen to say something like this: "This trip to the mound has been brought to you by Jokic." I expect that almost any time now. And I can't watch a baseball game anymore. I watch it with the sound off. I know what's happening. I know enough about baseball to be able to describe the play in my own mind to myself. And so I can't listen to the commercialization of what baseball has become, but it used to be very pleasurable to me. Do you like comedy? I listen to the Marx Brothers all the time now, on DVDs, and occasionally on YouTube, and I find them to be hysterical. A lot of people are into the Three Stooges. Laurel and Hardy are always classic. Look at something that makes you laugh. Even this will make you laugh, because this is just ridiculous. But something professional that makes you laugh. One thing about YouTube is almost anything you're looking for, entertainment-wise, is there, or a version of it. So, I mean, if you're sitting there watching Fox News or MSNBC or CNN all day, why? I mean, really, why? They're giving you the same nonsense all day, every day. Everything is a breaking bulletin and big news and everything. I would much rather watch the Marx Brothers on YouTube. I watch a lot of the old Dick Cavett and Johnny Carson shows. They were very good in their day. I think they hold up well. Watch some of the more modern comedies. If you used to enjoy Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm, at least you're getting some entertainment and some comedy in there. It's not the same old blather that you're getting from the news, quote, news networks. What I'm trying to encourage you to do, and probably failing at it because this is very, even for me, this is disjointed, but I'm trying. What I'm encouraging you to do is do something out of the ordinary. Break up the monotony of getting older. You've been to the doctors, you have whatever ailments you have. I'm sorry, we all have them. But whatever you can do to break up the monotony of the day, even if it's for a day here and a day there, it's going to give you a little bit of a newer perspective on life, I think. Give you a little bit of a goal. I don't myself have a goal for the rest of my life. My goal is to be, healthy enough to enjoy it, but I have to have something to do to enjoy it. And I'm thinking a trip will be one of the first things I can do to get the ball rolling, for lack of something more substantial in the future. I plan on being here a while. I'm 74. I think I have a decent amount of time left. As long as I can get up and out, I'm going to do it. It may not work for you. It may not be a great medical idea. It's just something I have to do, and I would encourage you to do it as well. I'm sorry about this video being as disjointed as it is. As you probably know, I don't script anything. I respond to the comments that I'm given and what's going on from, friends that say to me, why don't you talk about this? Why? Because I'm speaking through them, basically, and I enjoy it, and it's going to get better. I promise you it's going to get better. where I'm working with a couple of people that may sponsor us. And I'm hoping that we can do a little bit better on the content here. It's still going to be mostly me, but I'm also starting to think about taking you with me on where I go, so you can see that there is a world out there and not just sitting in your living room watching the garbage on TV. Thank you for bearing with me today. This one was hard, I know. I am not particularly proud of it, but I'm going to post it because I said I would post every week, and I am a man of my word, unless somebody buys me off. Have a good day, folks. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.